How's everyone doing? Mask here, and we've caught whiff of a leak of a new box coming out, Crusaders Battlegrounds. And thanks to our mod team on the Duel Links Network Discord, we got a really nice layout of the cards there. All the descriptions, all their pictures in order, going from UR to SR to rare to normal. So we're gonna dive in and review the box. It's gonna be nice. Before I take us there, I'm gonna jump over to duellinksnetwork.com really quick. Give you guys a little tour of the website. You can create an account, log in, use your login to help discuss on our forums and whatnot. You have a really good layout of all the boxes in the game. All the cards have been added to the website. You can check them out on here. We got Visions of Ice. You can see all the cards, review them, things we're working on. Also, one of the main features, what I personally use the website for the most, is our tournament section. So we are doing our best to catalog every tournament in Duel Links on here. If you guys have a tournament that you don't see on our website and you want added, you can reach out to myself, anyone on the Duel Links Network team, join the Discord, post anywhere on the Discord really, we'll find you, we'll help you out, or you could just come in here, make an account, and click to add your own tournament to our list, and we'll reach out to you. Make sure it gets added. You click into any of these, it's going to give you information on when the next tournament's coming out, what's going on. It all ties into our report we try to put out every week. And you come up to Duelist Center, head over to Discord. This is going to be a really easy way that you're able to join our Discord, and you can actually access the Discord from on the website itself. So that's just one more way you can get into the Duel Links Network Discord. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. But for sake of ease, here, I'm going to just pop us over to the Discord this way. So, in the Discord right now, if you take a look, fix my scenes here really quick. We have nice little sections on the sides, different categories. You have our announcements, current events. Actually, a hidden section I shouldn't be giving anything away about. Us getting prepared for the WCQ. That'll be more about that. We're probably going to launch that very soon anyhow. Duel Links General. I mean, I'm probably going to stumble across another section I've hid. Top tier deck discussion. You get in and talk about any of your favorite decks. You can also request other ones to be promoted to become top tier decks. And yeah, I mean, I absolutely want to invite any of you guys to come join the Discord, get involved in the community. If you have events or tournaments you want to advertise, reach out to me or anyone on the team, and we can give you permission to advertise in our community events or our tournament section, where you can post your own tournaments and upcoming events in for more people to discover. But get down to it. We have our current leaked box cards. The Crusaders Battleground. It's supposed to be getting released May 22nd. And that's what we're here for. I'll zoom us in once a little closer here so we can read everything easier. So our leaked box cards, and Hi, I'm Flabber was nice enough to spend the time and go through every single one of these cards and get them brought up. So they're really easy for us to read, and we have all the cards' descriptions. So first off, one of the main cards of the box, we have Thessalo, and as always, I am going to butcher everything here, but Thessalos, the Firestorm Monarch. We saw this in the first selection box, so I haven't personally owned one of these yet because I wouldn't touch that selection box when they were told, well, we're also going to, put these cards in boxes later. I was like, well, why do I want to buy them now? So what, I can buy them twice? That's a rant for a different day. So This is a Monarch. When it's tribute summoned, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Then if it was a monster card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original level times 100. So, card advantage is nice though. You get the, by tribute summoning this, you're going +1 over your opponent simply because you're making them discard a card. Keep in mind, discarding a card is not always a disadvantage to your opponent. Sometimes they want their cards in the graveyard. The Dark Creator. It's an 8-star, 2300, 3000 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by having 5 or more dark monsters in your graveyard while you control no monsters. Once per turn, you can banish 1 dark monster from your graveyard to target another dark monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's like a monster. I mean, you could pull this deck. You could pull this card off in a deck using the grass is greener. Fill that graveyard full of dark monsters. You still got to have a way to search this guy out. It's a thunder monster. Little hard. It's not, doesn't really scream at me. One thing I really want to see is Monarchs. I want to see more Monarch support. Treeborn Frog's one of my favorite cards in the game. I've said it forever, and I really want to see it get play. The Great Maju Garzette. This card becomes twice the original attack of one monster that you tribute for the tribute summon this card. I used this card in the TCG. This was one of the originals. Oh, scroll down a little more. I have it zoomed in a little off. My bad, Sniff. Here's Dark Creator. I'll stop on it for a second. I gotta use... This is a reference over here, so my mouse is sort of centered on this zone. I'm good now. But I used the Great Maju Garzette in the TCG forever. I got that... that brings me back. We got Nobleman of Crossout. Nobleman... We had the other Nobleman card, but Nobleman of Crossout... Target a face-down monster on the field. Destroy it. If you do, banish it. If it was a flip monster, each player reveals their main deck, then banishes all cards from it with that monster's name. Now, hold on a second. I got a call for... chat, you're going to help me out here. I got a call for a wording. Each player reveals their main deck? Excuse me? Does that mean I get to look at all the cards in my opponent's deck? But each player reveals. That means, do we get to actually look at each other's deck, or do we search through our main deck and banish? Because when you say reveal, I think I get to look through it. Oh my gosh, I messed up again. Sorry. Here's Nobleman of Crossout. That guy Lewis says, yes. Does Nobleman of Crossout let me actually scroll through and look at all the cards in my opponent's deck? That's my question. And each one has changed over time, but currently, yes. Damn, that is nuts, Lelodin. That is nuts. We have Silent Swordsman, level 7. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by Silent Swordsman, level 5. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. Negate all spell effects on the field. Alright, you know. You have to look at their deck to confirm. That's crazy. Alright, so if you get Silent Swordsman out, it's sort of like Horus already. Noble Knight Medrot. This card's treated as a normal monster while face up on the field, so it's a Gemini. When you... Or, sorry. Well, no, never mind. While face up on the field, while equipped with a Noble Arms equipped spell, it becomes an effect monster with this effect. This card becomes dark, and its level is increased by 1. Once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can special summon one Noble Knight monster from your deck in defense position, except Noble Knight Medrot. And if you do, destroy an equipped spell card you control. Okay, a little hard to pull off. We have... DD Assailant. After damage calculation, this card destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster. Banish that monster. Banish this card. A lot of destroying happens nowadays without actually battling cards. That's what makes this hard to pull off. DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Discard a card, then target one of your banished monsters. Special summon an attack position and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. And it is an equip card. Okay. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. That's almost a Monster Reborn. It stays behind as a weakness to the monster, but still. Zing Zen Hu Replica. Select one set spell or trap card on the field. It cannot be activated. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. Damn. So it's a Zing Zen Hu, but it's only targets one other card. So it's a 1-for-1. But you cannot chain to it. Berlineth the Firestorm Vassal. You can discard a card, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish one card from their hand until the end phase. You can only use each effect of Berlineth the Firestorm Vassal once per turn. Discard, special summon, go for a tribute, get a bonus for pulling the tribute off. The only fallback here is the discard, but you are banishing a card from your opponent's hand, so that's not too bad. Makes up for it. Secret Six Samurai Rihan. Honestly, that can be used in Hazy. I could totally see using that in Hazy. Hazy, you don't always need every card in your hand anyway. We have Secret Six Samurai Rihan. 3 Six Samurai monsters with different... Oh, wait. Monster effect. 3 Six Samurai monsters with different attributes must first be special summoned from your extra deck. by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard. You do not use polymerization. Cannot be used as a fusion material. Yeah. Cannot be used as fusion material. Once per turn, you can banish a 6 Samurai card from your hand or face up from the field. Target a card in the field. Banish it. If a 6 Samurai monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Wow. Okay, so it's a fusion monster. And you have to control all the cards. So you have to have 3 6 Samurais on the field in order to be able to special summon this guy, but you do not need polymerization. So, that means 6 Samurai. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. 6 Samurai, any 6 Samurai summoned, Ties of the Brethren, instant Rihan fusion. But I don't think it's going to bring them back. But this guy's at least summonable. I mean, it's a deck you can fool around with, have a little fun if you have Ties. By order of the Emperor, when a monster effect is activated that activates when a monster is normal summoned, you can negate the activation, then the player whose effect activation was negated draws a card. It's a continuous trap, though, so it permanently can constantly negate summon effects. But you're giving the guy a card. You know what? Maybe this card could be used in combination with cards that have a negative summoning activation, and then you could negate your own summons and get yourself to draw cards. Grand Marg, the Rock Monarch. So more monarchs. Beautiful. This card is tribute summoned. Target a set card on the field. Destroy it. Beautiful. Special Hurricane. Discard a card from your hand. Destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Wow. Wow. The fusion needs different attributes. AJ, thanks for clearing that up about Ties. Gotcha. It won't work. Okay. I mean, we special summon a lot. We special summon a lot. So this could be a beautiful side deck card. You know you're playing against a deck that does a ton of special summoning. This can crush as a side deck card. Steel Swarm Mantis. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm monster, you can pay 1,000 life points to target a Steel Swarm monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And it's only when it's tribute summoned, so it can only be done once. Still, it's like a pseudo Gravekeeper's Chief. Not quite doing it right. You gotta pay 1,000 life points as well. Reoccurring Nightmare. Target 2 dark monsters with 0 defense in your graveyard. Add those targets to your hand. It's a spell. 0 defense, though. I mean, here's a 0 defense dark monster right here. Just saying. But it's a 1 for 2. You gotta have the dark monsters in your graveyard, but it could fit its way into a deck. We have Silent Swordsman level 5. Unaffected by your opponent's spell effects. During your next standby phase of this card, inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack. You can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Special summon Silent Swordsman level 7 from your hand or deck. Escalation of the Monarchs. We are seeing some more Monarch support. It's getting hyped up. Once per turn during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon a monster. Continuous trap. During your main phase or battle phase? What? That's nuts. It's a free tribute summon. Now, hold on. Hold on. I do need a monster on the field for this, though, correct? It's not a free tribute summon. It's just saying you can perform the tribute summon during your opponent's main phase or battle phase by tributing a monster on the field and summoning a guy out of your hand. So you still need the tribute fodder, but you can perform tribute summons on your opponent's turn. Monarchs are definitely going to have to get play tested once these come out. That is sweet. While you control another Noble Knight monster, your opponent cannot target your monsters with less than 1800 attack except this card for attacks or with card effects. If a Nobleman Arms equip spell is equipped to this card, target a face-up card on the field, destroy that target. You can only use the effect of Noble Knight Dryston once per turn. So it's an 1800 attack, 800 defense monster. Makes everything else on the field untargetable. Just target, so it can still get it with Spellbook of Fate, unfortunately. And when you go to equip Noble Arms to it, you get to destroy a card on the field. That's not bad. You know, Noble Knights, that'll be a cool archetype to fool around with too. Spirit of Flames. This card art's very familiar to me. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 fire monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack during your battle phase only. Okay, not so bad. Banishing fire monster. So the fact that it can be special summoned by banishing a fire monster from your graveyard, though, makes it an easy summon. And it is pretty strong at that. Flavor text backwards. Wait, what? Evil Swarm Heliotrope. Excuse me? What? Spirit of Flames might be good for Hazy and variants. Yeah, this Spirit of Flames could definitely fit into Hazy. What are we even looking at here? How do I read this backwards? I'm not a wizard. Eliminate, eradicate, exterminate. These are the thoughts of lingering. These are the thoughts of lingering Steel Swarm souls. Yearning for a body so that they might make their dream a reality. Woo! That was hard. Oh, my brain. It's like melting. We have Evil Swarm Heliotrope. It's a 1950 4-star vanilla with 650 defense. That might make it the strongest vanilla we have in the game now. I don't think we have a 1950. We have a 1900s. That's the strongest vanilla attack monster in the game. Too bad we've long moved away from the vanilla meta. But my brain now melted from having to read that backwards. Ignoble Knight of Black Land Salen. You can send one face-up light normal monster you control to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. You can tribute one Noble Knight monster, add a Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Ignoble Knight of Black Lansland once per turn. You can only control one of these as well. Okay, so it's a 5-star. You can send a face-up light normal monster you control to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Okay, and then it lets you tribute another Noble Knight. So it's an ignoble. You have Noble Knights, this is an ignoble Knight. Cool. It's still pretty costly. One face-up light monster you control of the graveyard, and also, in order to actually get Noble Arms, you're tributing another Noble Knight monster. Or you could tribute him. I guess you could tribute itself. Nope, maybe not, because it's ignoble, noble, whatever. Doesn't really get me too excited. More Boojins. We got Boojin Mikazuki. When a Beast Warrior type Boojin monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn during the end phase, if a Boojin monster was sent from your hand to your graveyard this turn, while you control this face-up card, you can add a Boojin spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only troll one Boojin Mikazuchi at a time. 1900 attack, 1500 defense. Fairly respectable card as far as stats goes. Can be special summoned simply by having one of your Boojin monsters destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard. So that's pretty consistent. As far as having a Boojin monster sent from your hand to the graveyard while it's on the face-up on the field, a little harder to get that effect off. He's supposed to be Chaz. Counts as a Noble Knight. Ignoble Knight still counts as a Noble Knight? Thanks for the heads up, AJ. We got Boojin Hirum. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Boojin monster from your graveyard, except for Hirum. Now that is a special summon by that's pretty good. Mind you, you want your Boojins in the graveyard for their effects, but this is a pretty easy special summon. 2k, instant special summonable. If this card, which was summoned this way, is destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or card effect and sent from your side of the field to the graveyard, and both players have a hand. You can discard one card, then your opponent discards a card. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. We have Bujinji Hair. Bujinji Hair, during either player's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Beast Warrior type Boojin monster you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Only use this effect once per turn. There we go, Bujinji Hair. During the battle step, you could banish this similar to Bacon Saver, or you can chain banish it to your opponent activating cards outside of the damage step and totally make a monster immune. Now this is nice. Not immune completely, but can't be destroyed. Indestructible. Could still be banished. Bujinji Quillen. If you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. Wait, what? If you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a card, face-up card your opponent controls, and just destroy it. That's pretty sweet. We're talking value upon value upon value. Grass is greener Bujins. Let's make it happen. Bujin Sinew. During either player's damage step, if a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That monster you control gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling until the end of the damage step, and if it does, all battle damage your opponent takes from that battle is halved. You can only use this once per turn. Bujin Relative. Game breaking during either player's damage step. It's a damage step activation. Your opponent can't change shit to that unless it's activatable in the damage step. See, we're talking real Bujins finally. Like, this stuff's playable. Noble Knight Gawain. If you control a light normal monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Nah, it's okay. Not great. Noble Knight Perder. Actually, the special summon, though, you often need Noble Knights on the field in order to tribute them off and get special and benefit from it. So, not exactly so bad. Noble Knight Perder. Parader. I don't even try. While equipped with the Noble Arms Equipped spell card, this card becomes dark and its levels increase by 1. This card is sent to the graveyard while equipped with a Noble Arms Equipped spell card. Target one Noble Arms card in your graveyard and add that to your hand. So we haven't seen any of the Noble Arms actual cards yet, but we will soon, I'm sure. Noble Knight Boars. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field. While equipped with Noble Arms Equipped spell card, this card becomes the effect monster with the following effects. So you can have the normal light monster on the field, get that special summon we were talking about earlier, and that monster then can become an effect monster. So like, we're really, it's going good. Not to mention the synergy between, like, these are like almost Gemini-like monsters. So there's cards in the game that can only be activated when you're controlling normal monsters, assuming normal monsters are weaker. So some of these cards in the game are stronger to make up for it. Order to Charge, maybe not so much, but Order to Charge, it's had its good times in our Duel Links history. This card becomes a dark, and its levels increase by 1. During your main phase, you can reveal 3 Noble Arms cards from your deck, have your opponent randomly add one of them to your hand, and send the rest to the graveyard. Now that's not too bad at all. Noble Knight Artorgus. No one shall ever know the flavor text. I love flavor text. So it's a vanilla flavor text. No one shall ever know the truth behind that fateful day. Artorgus went forth to where the brilliant sword didst lay. 'Twas the first of many feats so great, a legend through and through. We sing of him, Artorius, the noble and the brave, from the tales of the noble knights. Bujin Unity. If you control no other cards and have at least one other card in your hand, shuffle all Beast Warrior type Bujin monsters from your graveyard into the deck, minimum 1. And if you do, send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum 1. And then you can add up to 3 Beast Warrior type Bujin monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Bujin Unity per turn. No cards on the field, 1 other card in hand, minimum 1 Beast Warrior or Bujin in the graveyard, draw 3 cards. Draw 3 choice cards, which is very, very powerful. A little awkward though. The whole controlling no other cards makes it sort of suck any time other than turn 1, maybe. I don't know. Secret 6 Samurai Kizaru. When this card is special summon, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 6 Samurai monster with a different attribute from every monster you control. If exactly 1 6 Samurai monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. I mean, you do have to get it special summoned. You can add from your deck to your hand a 6 Samurai monster with a different attribute. If exactly 1 6 Samurai monster you control would be destroyed, banish this from your graveyard instead. Not too bad. Noble Arms. So here we go. Here's the Noble Arms equip cards now. Here's Gallatin. You can only control 1 Noble Arms Gallatin, equip only to a warrior type monster. It gains 1,000 attack. During each of your standby phases, it loses 200 attack. If this face-up card in the field is destroyed instead of the graveyard, you can target a warrior type monster, Noble Knight monster you control, equip it to that target. You can only use effect of it once per turn. This card is sent to the graveyard Boom. Go back instantly. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. Arfidutir? That's my best attempt, alright? Moving on. You can control only one Noble Arms Arfidutir. Equip only to a warrior type monster. Once per turn, you can target one set card your opponent controls. The equipped monster loses exactly 500 attack, and if it does, destroy that target. The equipped monster loses 500 attack, and if it does, destroy that target. Okay, that makes sense. The attack loss remains even if this card leaves the field or the monster becomes unaffected by card effects. If this face-up card in the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one warrior type Noble Knight monster you control. Equip this card to that target. You can only use this effect of Noble Arms Arfidutir once per turn. So these cards are constantly... If the attack loss is permanent, if the equip drops it off. The attack loss is permanent. It did just say that. Okay, so we have Noble Arms Caliburn. Equip only to warrior type monster. It gains 500 attack. Once per turn, you can gain 500 life points. You can. If this card face up on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a warrior type Noble Knight monster you control and equip it to that. So you just have the option of gaining 500 life points once per turn, and this is also adding 500 attack to one of your Noble Arms. Yeah, one of your Noble Knight monsters. Oh, the attack loss on the first one I said. So Gallatin, it doesn't say. Maybe it's only while it's equipped. Yeah. Noble Arms of... You said Caliburn was used a lot. So is Destiny. You can only control one Noble Arms of Destiny. Equip only to a warrior type monster once per turn. Equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Whoa. So the once per turn, it's immune to card effects. And if his face-up card in the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a warrior type Noble Knight monster you control. Whoa. That is nuts. It's simply sent from the field to the graveyard, too. You have Noble Arms of Destiny equipped to your warrior, alright? It's immune to being destroyed by battle or by card effects once per turn. And if this face-up card... So they can't destroy your monster by card effects. They have to destroy the spell card. But oops, you destroy the spell card. Boom, it's re-equipped. Only thing you could do here is... banish this spell card is one of the only ways you could deal with Noble Arms of Destiny. Silent Sword Slash. Storm Fodder. Not to mention all of these Noble Arms of Destiny. All of the Noble Arms equipped cards are beautiful storm fodder. They recycle themselves after you storm them. That is nuts. So if you have two of them equipped to your monsters, you play Storm, blow both of them up, Storm gets to blow up two of your opponent's back row, and then both of those equip cards are coming back? What? By the way, read the text. Which text? Silent Sword Slash. The Noble Arms do not lose timing. Oh, miss timing. Oh, they don't miss timing. Because it says, if this face-up card in the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can. If and you can means you do not lose timing. It doesn't say you may. It says if and you can. So it's your choice, and if is guaranteeing the activation of that card effect. That is nuts. Silent Sword Slash. Target one Silent Swordsman monster you control. That monster you control gains 1500 attack and defense. If it does, till the end of this turn, it's unaffected by your opponent's card effects. This card activation and effect cannot be negated. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add a Silent Swordsman monster from your deck to your hand. That is just as crazy. This card is sick. It's a quick play spell card. Quick play spell card. Boom, Silent Swordsman. 1500 attack, 1500 defense. Boom, boom. You're huge. Now, tell me, any quick play that increases attack and defense is activatable in the damage step too, but you'd probably activate it early to get that immunity earlier. And also, you can chain this to your opponent wasting a back row. Your opponent wastes a back, you go to attack, your opponent wastes back row, chain this to the back row. Now your monster is immune to whatever your opponent was throwing that way. Your opponent wasted said card, and you're going in, and you're just you're hitting home. The only fallback is it does have to be built around a Silent Swordsman deck. But I already see Boojins I want to test out. I want to test out Silent Swordsman. Definitely testing out Noble Arms. All of the Noble cards. 100%. I summon my credit card in attack mode. Pot of acquisitiveness. Pot of acquisitiveness. Okay. Target 3 banished monsters, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 pot of acquisitiveness per turn. It's okay. You have to have stuff banished and want to put them back in your deck. I could see the usefulness of it, actually. It's a quick play. Maybe in spellbooks, you want to help give your deck a little longevity. Once you get too many cards banished, there's no way to bring them back, put them back in your deck. It recycles itself anyway. It goes 1 for 1, so it's not sending you back too terribly. It's hard to really see uses for it, though. It's mostly just going to get in the way, making your opening hands less consistent, so I'd never run it. Strike Ninja. Confirmed new ninja card. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can banish 2 dark monsters from your graveyard. Banish this face-up card until the end phase. Okay. Yeah, straight up. Let's go back to Silent Sword Slash, alright? This card grants immunity. It can't be banished by fate. No. 100% no. If this effect goes off, your monster is 100% immune to everything until the end, except for it is being straight up killed by damage. It is immune by all card effects until the end phase. So it literally grants immunity. It's a rising energy, quick play, that grants immunity, and then it searches from the graveyard just like Acel Recomb does the next turn. That is one of the best cards we have in Duel Links right there for what it actually does, what it brings to its archetype. That is insane. Where were we? Hero Kid. When this card is special summoned, you can special summon any number of Hero Kids from your deck. Okay. Special summon, boom, 3 Hero Kids. Only from the deck. If you have more than one in your hand, not gonna work, but sure. Return of the 6 Samurai. It's a trap. Target 1 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Destroy it during the end phase of this turn. Alright. And it allows you to get the 6 Samurai out and help get a 6 Samurai card that you currently have on the field its effects, because none of them can use any of their effects. They have this, like, I don't want to be alone complex, and they always got to have at least 2 of them on the field in order to use any of their effects. Anyhow, Super Junior Confrontation. It's a trap. Activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Negate the battle. And 1 monster with the lowest attack and face-up attack position your opponent controls battles against 1 monster with the lowest defense and face-up defense position you control. Until that battle, and after that battle, and the battle is... What? Only when your opponent declares an attack. Negate the battle. Lowest attack opponent in attack position your opponent controls battles the lowest defense and face-up defense position you control. Okay. I mean, it's quirky. It's quirky. It would need a deck specific. It would be at a cheese deck pretty specifically built around that in order for it to work. Glory of the Noble Knights. Every time I see Noble Knights, it gets me even more excited. Target a Noble Knight monster you control. Equip it with 1 equipped spell card from your deck that can equip to the target. What? Yo! Literally a quick play. I'm talking you could chain this in the battle step while your opponent has already declared an attack on you. This is so good. And you get to hand pick out of your entire deck any equip card that is going to turn the tides of that battle, that moment, that anything. You pull this quick play off, it's not countered, you get that equip card out, even if your opponent chains something to get rid of the equip card, its effect goes off in the graveyard, the equip happens again. We have equip cards that run 1,000. This is a 3 of, no excuse, Lulled is right. You're running 3 of this card in a Noble Knights deck, no matter what. That is so good. What? Man, Noble Knights, I just wanted to be out. I want to get them play tested, See if we can introduce another deck into the meta. My credit card can't run 3 though. Steel Swarm Cockastag. When this card is tribute summoned by attributing 2 Steel Storm monsters, activate one of these effects. Destroy all monsters in the field except this card, or destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. Steel Swarm Longhorn. So we have Steel Swarm as another archetype. This main box is introducing like, or it's like reviving / introducing like 4 or 5 deck types into this game. Not to mention the little taste of Monarchs we have to fool around with as well. Steel Swarm Longhorn, once per turn. If this card was tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm monster, you can pay 1,000 life points to target 1 monster on the field. Destroy that target. Okay. Steel Swarm Hercules. Cannot be special summoned. Requires 3 Steel Swarm tributes to normal summon. Cannot be normal set. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points. Destroy all other cards in the field. Wow. I mean, Steel Swarm Hercules could be used with Steel Swarm something and ties. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, ties should work. They're all dark. No, does ties different? I don't remember if it works or not. But Steel Swarms seem a little too hard to pull off to me so far. There might be a very niche utilization of 2 or 3 of them. Because in Duel Links, you can build an entire deck only using 3 different monsters. Maybe even 4 tops. Like, you only need 4 good monsters. Run 3 copies. That's 3, 6, 9. Maybe a 1 or 2 of. That's 10, 11. 3 of is 12. Fill the rest with back row. Steel Swarm Gatekeeper. If a Steel Swarm monster is tribute summoned face up while this card is face up on the field, you can normal summon or set 1 monster in addition to your normal summoner set that turn. Okay. Evil Swarm Katos. You can tribute this card, then target a spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. Bujinji. More Bujin stuff. This is what I'm more interested in, because I feel for the Bujin archetype really getting some life out of this box. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Bujin monster you control, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate that effect. That's so crazy, man. Literally. Turtle. Yes. Boom. Immunity. Immunity to when a card or effect is activated that targets. It is only target immunity. Not as good as I thought, but whatever. And it says a Bujin monster you control. It doesn't say only 1. It says a. So even if it targets more than 1, this could still be used. But not during the damage step. Noble Knight. Turtle, not reptile. It's a beast turtle. Interesting. Noble Knight. Gwalchavad. More Noble Knights. Go back. I think you skipped one. The 0 attack, 0 defense guy. Ooh, I did. How did I skip that? Order of the Scarlet Sorrow. During your opponent's turn, when your opponent declares a second direct attack during the same battle phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you do, this card's attack and defense become equal to the attack and defense of the first monster that attacked directly this turn. If it is still face up on the field, the turn this card is special summoned with effect, your opponent cannot select monsters other than this card as an attack target while this card is face up on the field. Meh. Way too controversial. Wow. That's gonna be really hard to pull off. Noble Knight, Gwalchavad. Normal monster. Equip it with Noble Arms card, becomes an effect monster. You can target 1 Noble Knight monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and if you do, destroy 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card you control. Oh my gosh! Now I realized destroying the equipped spell card does nothing! It literally just comes right back. That is wicked. Okay, you have this card on the field. You equip it. You literally can just target Noble Knight while your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only do it once per turn, but just thanks in my hand. Oh, equip spell card busted. Just re-equip it. So none of those destroy an equipped spell card is even a fallback. I am extremely excited for Noble Knights. We got Noble Knight, Bedweir. When this card is normal special summoned, you can send 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card from your deck to the graveyard. During either player's turn, you can target 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card and 1 appropriate monster on the field. Equip that equipped spell card to the appropriate monster. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. When this card is normal special summoned, mill a Noble Arms equipped spell from your deck to the graveyard. Then during either player's turn, you can target a Noble Arms equipped spell card and one appropriate monster on the field. And equip that spell card to the appropriate monster. It doesn't say target one in the graveyard, though. It is just saying you can target one and one appropriate. So not from the graveyard. So is this just saying you can reassign who the equip card is equipped to? That's what I'm assuming. Although that might be obvious. Yeah, for sure. When other 6 Samurai monster is normal special summoned to your field except during the damage step, you can send one 6 Samurai card from your deck to the graveyard. If exactly one 6 Samurai monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So 6 Samurai Doji, cool. I mean, that effect can be, this effect can be used from the graveyard and doesn't require 2 6 Samurai on the field. So actually, almost you're guaranteed to get some value out of it. Bujin Intervention. Bujin Intervention. Target one Bujin monster on the field. Apply this effect to it for the rest of this turn. Each time it destroys a monster I battle, whose current attack is greater than or equal to the targeted monster's original attack. What? Hold on. Target one Bujin monster on the field. Apply this effect to it for the rest of this turn. Each time it destroys a monster by battle, whose current attack is greater than n or equal to the targeted monster's original attack, and sends it to the graveyard. Banish the destroyed monster, and if you do, banish all monsters from your opponent's hand, main deck, extra deck, and graveyard with the same name that the destroyed monster had in the graveyard. Moving on. Secret 6 Samurai Hatsumi. You can banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard and or face up from your field, then target one 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard, except 6 Samurai Hatsumi. Special summon it. You can only use this effect of Secret 6 Samurai Hatsumi once per turn. If exactly one 6 Samurai monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So we're getting a ton of destroyed by card effect protection for 6 Samurais here. Mind you, not banished protection. Keep that in mind. But this effect is banish 2 6 Samurai from the graveyard or face up from the field. Target a 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That is pretty wicked. Card advance. Look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, then place them on the top of the deck in any order. You can tribute summon one monster in addition to your normal summoner set this turn. So this is a double summon. This is a double summon that also lets you reorder the top 5 cards of your deck. That's pretty cool. Basically a double summon with an advantage. I wonder if Monarchs could take advantage of it. Well, here's some Monarch support. Frost Blast of the Monarchs. If you control a monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense, target one set card on the field, destroy it. You can banish this card and one Monarch spell or trap card from your graveyard, and target one set card on the field, destroy it. It comes back, keeps on hitting. Gotta control a Monarch to activate its original effect. It's not a quick play, it's just an activation. It only targets a set card on the field. But when it's in the graveyard and has one other Monarch spell or trap card with it in the graveyard, you can then get another set card destruction. So killing a face down monster or forcing backer activation. It looks like it might not destroy the spell or trap card if they chain to it. That's what I gather from this. Yeah, this is a ton of Sylvan hate coming in. Ton of Sylvan hate. Last chapter of the Noble Knights. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can target one Noble Arms equipped spell card and one appropriate Noble Knight monster in your graveyard. Special summon that monster, and if you do equip that equipped spell card to the appropriate monster, you can only activate one last chapter of Noble Knights per turn. Once again! That's so good! Literally! There are so many ways your opponent can control a monster and you could not control a monster. It happens all the time. Boom, play this card. Monster, field, equip card, equipped. Let's go. And here is a classic. Big Eye. I had this card in the TCG. Flip, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, then place them on top of the deck in any order. I ran this in some of my TCG Game Boy game Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Oh, Big Eye. Flip. Yeah, no, that's sick. Avalon. What a throwback that card is, though. Avalon. Target 5 Noble Knight monsters in your graveyard, including at least one Artorgus monster and at least one Lawn Salin monster and banish those targets. And if you do, destroy all cards in the field. Okay, moving on. Boojin Fiddle. Tribute one Beast Warrior type Boojin monster, then target one Boojin monster with a different name in your graveyard. Special summon it. Not too bad. You could chain it to somebody already using a card on your current Boojin, so you're going 1 for 1. Rocket Jumper. If the only and it should refresh a Boojin mid-battle step. A mid-damage step, sorry, or mid-battle phase, and let you get another attack in. Rocket Jumper. The only cards in your opponent's side of the field are defense position monsters. This card can attack your opponent's life points directly. 1,000 attack, 800 defense. Meh. Brutal Potion. This card becomes an equip card and equips to one monster you control. Once per turn, when you inflict damage to your opponent with a card effect, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack until the end phase. Silent Swordsman, level 3. Negate your opponent's spell effects that target this card. During your standby phase, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Special summon one Silent Swordsman level 5 from your hand or deck. You cannot activate this effect the turn this card is summoned or flipped face up. During your standby phase, how could you ever summon or flip someone face up before the standby phase? I guess if you had a quick play card that flipped if you had this card set on your side of the field, you draw, it is your standby phase, and you quick play a card that flips it face up, then you could not actually activate the effect. That's the only limitation I see from that card text. Dark Shade, Fiend Normal, a crystal monster that unleashes a brilliant light to blind enemies. 1,000. Okay, we're getting into the trash of the deck. 1,800. Acrobat Monkey. Lizark. 1,300. Vanilla. Prisman. Vanilla. 800,000. Darkness Approaches. Hello. Discard 2 cards. Then target one face-up monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense position. Did they really give us crappy vanillas? Konami, why? Always. They always do. Darkness Approaches. This card rings a bell. Discard 2 cards is the cost. Got errated because of links. Talk to me about what's good about this card. I mean, it's such a high cost. It scares the crap out of me. If you're activating this, you're spending 3 cards. It used to be the only card that put monsters in face-down attack position. Wait, face-down defense position, you mean? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, moving on. Gigabyte. Normal monster. 350, 300. Kid Guard. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, tribute one Hero Kid. Negate the attack. Then add an elemental hero monster from your deck to your hand. You summon 1 kid, you get 3 too, so... It's like, moving on. Driving Snow. You can only activate this card when one or more of your trap cards are destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect your opponent controls. Destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. Secret Skills of the 6 Samurai. Send 1 monster you control to the graveyard, then target one of your banished 6 Samurai monsters. Special summon it. You can only activate 1 Secret Skills of the 6 Samurai per turn. Yeah, it's hard to be great too. You do have that mask change sort of like battle phase refresh you can do with it, but it requires you to have some strong banished 6 Samurai to make it worth it. Vylon Hept. Once per turn, you can target 1 Vylon monster you control. That is an equipped card. Special summon that target and face up defense position. Banish it when it leaves the field. Miracle Kids. Target 1 monster your opponent controls. That target loses 400 attack for each Hero Kid in your graveyard until the end phase. Okay. Steel Swarm Caller. When a Steel Swarm monster is tribute summoned face up. Tribute summoned face up by tributing this card. You can special summon 1 level or 4 lower Steel Swarm monster from your deck. That's not too bad. This is a 1,700 attack monster as well. You have this monster on the field, you use it as a tribute summon for a Steel Swarm, which all your Steel Swarm stuff wants to tribute summon constantly. And, not to mention, we could use this card, Steel Swarm Caller, with that one that we just were looking at a second ago, that I've now lost. It was a spell. Card Advance. You can use it with Card Advance. Search up the next 5 cards in your deck. Special summoning from your deck would shuffle it anyway, so whatever. But so I guess it's just as good as a double summon. Anyhow, Miracle Kids loses 4 attack. Okay, Steel Swarm Caller. This was the one I was looking at. Special summon a level 4 Steel Swarm monster from your deck. That's pretty good anyway. That is, if you use double summon to get this summon off, you're at least getting 2 monsters back on the field. Vylon, not to mention getting tribute summon Steel Swarm effects off. Vylon Hept, we were here already. Once per turn, you can target a Vylon monster card you control that is a equip card. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. Vylon Tesseract. Ooh, the Tesseract. Once per turn, you can either target 1 face-up Vylon monster you control equipped to this card, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. These are Union cards. Gotcha. Blech. If the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target 1 level 4 lower Vylon monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Monster can only be equipped with 1 Union monster at a time. If the equipped monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. Ra's Disciple, then Card Advanced. Exactly. Ra's Disciple, sorry. That's what I was thinking of. Spirit of the Sixth Samurai. Once per turn, you can either target 1 face-up Sixth Samurai monster you control, equip this to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. While equipped by this effect, the equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. If the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, draw a card. And a monster can only be equipped with 1 Union monster at a time. If the equipped monster will be destroyed, destroy this card instead. That's not too bad. That's one of the better Union cards we have. Vylon Vanguard. When this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card for each equipped card that was equipped to this card. Not too shabby. Damage Eater. During your opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that would inflict damage, you can remove from play this card from your graveyard to change that effect so it increases life points by the same amount instead. Nah. Steel Swarm Sentinel. While this card is in face-up attack position, special summoned. Special summoned level 5 or higher monsters in the field cannot activate their effects. 1100 attack. Not going to stay there for too long. Steel Swarm Genome. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster. That's not too bad at all. Chain Summoning. Activate only as chain length 3 or higher. You can normal summon or set up to 3 times this turn. Cannot activate this card if multiple card effects with the same name are in that chain. Wow. Only chain length 3 or higher. You can do 3 normal summoner sets this turn. You tech the spirit in the TCG. Nice. Chain Summoning. Vylon Component. Yeah, Chain Summoning we're not gonna get off. Especially when we have such short change in Duel Links. We just don't have the back row to really get those chains up. It did nothing for me. Yeah, I feel you. Vylon Component. Equip it only to a Vylon monster. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. This face-up card in the field is sent to the graveyard. You can add 1 Vylon spell card from your deck to your hand. Eh. Not useful at all. Vylon Material. Equip only to a Vylon monster. It gains 600 attack. If this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Vylon spell card from your deck to your hand. At least it's gaining 600 attack, and it'll search out another Vylon spell card when it ends up in the graveyard. Not as bad. Still not significant if you ask me. Select 3 equipped spell cards in your graveyard, return them to the deck, and apply one of these effects. Draw a card, destroy a card your opponent controls. Vylon Matter. Vylon Polytope. Target any number of Vylon monsters you control that are equipped cards. Special summon them in face-up defense position. Banish them when they leave the field, and it's a quick play card. Okay. Infestation Tool. Send 1 Steel Swarm monster from your deck to the graveyard to target 1 face-up Steel Swarm monster you control. Gains 800 attack until the end phase. And I can't scroll down anymore unless I should be able to just do this. Perfect. Infestation Ripples. Pay 500 life points to target 1 level 4 lower Steel Swarm monster in your graveyard. Special summon it from the graveyard. Not too bad. Actually, Ripples kind of almost makes it okay. It is a trap though, so you can't use it right away. But you're getting that special summon with the trap. That's not bad. It's going to set you up for those Steel Storm tributes, which is basically what their whole thing, but they're completely built around. Infestation Wave, return one face up, tribute summon Steel Stone monster you control to the hand, to target one card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Yeah, I'm probably not about to do that. That's not too bad. That's the box. That's what we got from the box. And yeah, if you guys want to check this list out that we just went through, it's on our Duel Links Discord. If you want to join the Duel Links Discord, you can join through the link on the website. If you go to Duelist Center Discord, or just check in the description down below underneath the YouTube video here, there's going to be a link to join the Discord channel there as well. And yeah, honestly, if you guys haven't checked out the Duel Links Network website yet, go check it out. We got a growing web team helping develop the website, keep it up to date. It's gonna be a great place to find out when all the tournaments we have available in the community are, how you can get into them, what the prizes are, what's the requirements to enter them, and of course, just a great place to sort of keep up to date with all things Duel Links. But I hope you guys enjoyed this box review. We kind of just shared our feelings on it. I am insanely excited for the Noble Knight cards. They were crazy. All right, all of the Noble Knights. Noble Knights, and I want to see what Bujinji is going to evolve into as well. Those are the big two things from the box. I'm looking at it. I don't really feel like Monarchs is about to make an entrance into our meta, but very excited for Noble Knights. Very excited for what Bujinjis are going to evolve into. And this box is coming soon, and just in time for the WCQ. So it's going to be a scramble to get your hands on these cards, understand the meta before that World Championship qualifier comes. Definitely going to be going hard at that. But this was a long one, guys. If you made it to the end here, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We did stream this and record this video live, so definitely come check us out at twitch.tv/MasKScarin. Right now, our schedule is, we aim to be live just about daily at 10 a.m. And you'll always be able to find updates on when we're going live on my Twitter, Facebook. Find both those links in the description down below as well as Discord. You can always, if you ever have a question for me, get a hold of me on our Duel Links Network Discord. Please join the Discord, guys. That's where it's all at. We're a huge community, growing community in there, working together just to enjoy the game, talk about top tier decks. You can advertise events or community events or tournaments that you might have, and share ideas on how to farm events. Right now, we're all sharing the new Jesse event that just came out today. We're all talking about how to farm it, helping each other out, having a good time. 100% free to join, guys. Just grab the link in the description down below. Come in and have a great time. But I think that'll do it for today. This was, I ran out of water. My voice is almost fried. This was definitely a long one. New box coming out. I'm excited for it. But that's it, you know. Stay classy.